And welcome to the Nasboys Sports Podcast. Now, did you know that when the Baltimore Ravens won the Super Bowl in Super Bowl 47, they lost the Lombardi Trophy? Apparently, when they were partying after the game during their second Super Bowl win since the new millennium, they just lost the trophy. So, anyways, guys, welcome to the Nasboys Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Mike, aka Mike Fan 101, with my good friend and co-host Cam, aka I Spy Cam.
Howdy, y'all.
So let's talk about some sports stuff tonight. We're going to start off with the NFL. There is a lot of NFL news to cover here tonight. We're going to start off with Dwayne Haskins' wife was charged with domestic battery after she punched him and knocked out one of his teeth. This happened July 3rd at the Cosmopolitan. Reports of a tooth on the floor was found. And this is something very sad. Richard Sherman was booked in the Seattle Correctional Facility for burglary domestic violence. He was denied bail, and now Washington State Police are saying that he is charged in connection with a hit and run and damage to his State Department of Transportation property. He struck a concrete barrier and is now released and gave out a statement saying that he was sorry. So, what do you
Um,
think about this news this week, Cam?
okay, so first of all, I'm gonna go with the Haskins one. Um, really, I just did like we talked about this last episode. There's been a lot of like violence lately when it comes to NFL. I mean, a lot of this stuff's been happening. Just some crazy stories that like I don't know. Maybe I'm just realizing this now since we have a podcast and we talk about news, but boy, it just seems to be showing out a lot of this recently. And I think it's sad, man. But I don't know if he spoke out about it or they just found out about it or someone told. I didn't really get to like figure out if someone like said something or how it was found out, but it happened, and I think it sucks. But I think that she deserves it, obviously. Um, you know, I don't think it's right to punch someone in the face over a dispute. They said that there was no ever actual like fighting before. This was just like a first time thing. Apparently, in quotation marks, first time. Who knows what's been going around in their home life though? You never know. I imagine she did this in public, or not in public, but around public. Imagine what she did at home. And then for the Richard Sherman case, couple of things. One, I just like to say this is how it goes when you're famous. I kind of think I still think he kind of got let out easily, really, for all the things that he did. Uh, if you guys saw that video out there on the internet of him at the door, um, crazy stuff, man. I mean, yeah, really, that's a scary guy. All right, I'll say that gladly. That man scares me a little bit. All right. I think it's sad too because I don't know. You never really see him like that. Like yeah, you see him mad against other teams, of course, like when he was in the Super Bowl. But like really, you don't ever see him get like that. And I think that being this way, it was upsetting. And I kind of wonder if maybe this has to do with all those, with the helmet injuries and concussions. I kind of wonder when it comes to this stuff if maybe that is a possibility. And I'm not saying it is, but I'm just saying there is a thought out there because we've seen guys like this in the NFL go crazy enough. And we've had moments like that where we've just seen like players just get, insane. And I mean, with all the things that happen, like in a short amount of time, it's crazy. What's your thoughts on it, Mike?
Yeah, Cam, I agree with most of your thoughts. Starting with the Dwayne Haskins thing, I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of him because I think that he's kind of arrogant. But regardless, that's sad that that happened to him. It shows that men can be abused as well, and yeah, just overall a very sad situation. And I hope that they can figure it out, and you know that won't happen again. But for the Richard Sherman thing, that was really really sad. I was shocked when I heard it, and I want to add a little something. Apparently, he was drunk, and
Oh
he was threatening to. Excuse me, this might be a little graphic, so viewer discretion is advised. But he was threatening to kill himself, and he was having a fight with his wife's like uncle and his father-in-law.
yeah,
So that's why he was trying to like bang down the door. And that I watched that video. That was really scary. I'm not sure if I can show it with all the cuss words, but I have to find one that was censored. So if it's not in the video, that's why I can't show the
yeah.
cuss words. But yeah, I mean it's just overall a crazy situation. I didn't expect Richard Sherman to do that, and like you were saying, he's definitely a really crazy guy. And I mean, maybe the CTE has something to do with it, but I just think that, just with how bad drugs and alcohol are, that's just what happens. He just went in a fit of rage. So
Yeah.
very sad, and I hope that he stays true to his word and he gets the help he needs.
Right. Yeah. I also would like to say that, with Mike saying like men can be, abused too. For all those people out there that because I've seen, these ignorant comments of people telling them, well, you're a man, you're this. Why are you going to let her hit you like that? I'm like, when really there's a lot more to it, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Like, I think there's a lot more to that than just, I mean, you got to think about there's a lot of things, in that story that maybe we don't even know of, and you also got to think like, how would you think the media would portray that guy if he hit her back? I mean, I don't want to get controversial here or nothing, but like it's the same thing with the Chris Brown situation. There was reports of Rihanna hitting him first.
Right.
So I mean, it's whatever, but I just think the people that are saying that it's ignorant and a wuss move.
Yeah, very true. So now let's get into some baseball, Cam.
Yep. So coming in at number 1, we have the home run derby winner is Pete Alonso. Congrats. If I had to give honestly, it was really a really good home run derby. I thought I was more than anything shocked that Shohei didn't win, man. Like he was struggling out there. He was hitting a lot more line drives than he was home runs. And I don't know if maybe he just wasn't taking the game serious or nothing, but I'm hoping next year he can maybe come back with redemption. I'm happy for Pete Alonso though, because he's actually getting up there to possibly getting the most home run derby wins in ever. So, really I wouldn't be too, upset if he did get that title, because obviously the more records I get to see broken in my lifetime, it's just more thing that I'm lucky with. So, and that record hasn't been broken in years. I mean, years.
Right. Yeah, I mean, Pete Alonso is definitely a killer. He had a record-breaking, I think it was either 34 or 35 home runs in the first round. So, I mean, I definitely thought he could win, but how about Trey Mancini? That guy came back from what, like colon cancer?
Yeah, I think it was some sort of cancer. And I remember he was out for a long time, but it was very inspirational to see him up there. And actually, getting into the point where he was actually, I think it was just him and Pete Alonso battling it out.
Yep, yeah. In the finals. I'm not an Orioles fan, but I was definitely rooting for Trey. But, congrats to Pete. He definitely deserved it. And, he's one of the best home run hitters of this generation right now. And as for Shohei, I mean, I picked him to win, and I was very shocked that he didn't win. But, my boy Juan Soto, he beat him. They had to go into 2 or 3 overtimes, but whatever.
Yeah.
Still beat him. That was really cool to see. I thought Juan was gonna get, his butt kicked, but nah, that was really cool to see Juan do well in the home run derby.
I'll tell you what it was though. He did that shuffle before he went back in the last time. That's what it was. He was doing the little leg dance, the little pitter patter, and the shake. Yeah. So we have Jock Peterson, who was traded to Atlanta Braves. Now, previously, I think it was this past offseason that he actually got traded to the Cubs. And so now he's at Atlanta. Really, I think this can be good and bad if you think about it. I mean, I think right now it's probably going to work in their favor. But I don't know if Acuna Jr. is back off of injury or not. I actually didn't check. But if he's not, this is a good replacement, as in just for, someone else that's on the field that can do a lot of the work, because don't get me wrong, they got some talented guys, but I just think that Peterson and Acuna Jr. have just been obviously exceeding that. And, there's guys like Freddie Freeman that I think are really good, but he's just been in a slump lately. Very nice guy, though. Freddie Freeman, I love. What's your opinion on it, Mike?
Well, I don't really have an opinion. I think that it's a good move for the Braves, but since the Braves and the Nationals are in the same division, I'm not too happy about it, but whatever.
Yeah, I guess I didn't think about that. So this is something that's been pretty big, is the New York Mets and Pittsburgh Pirates bench is clear.
Staying away from him. And going away, but he lines it to the first baseman, Alonso. And Stroman and the Mets escape. And now, look out, hold on here, hold on everything. Nagowski and Stroman, and here come both benches. either Nagowski said something to Stroman. Nagowski didn't like maybe Stroman's, whatever it was. Here's a look. Nagowski frustrated that he didn't get a hit and didn't like. And Stroman, I don't know if he said, "What's your name?"
Stroman stroke a guy out, and I guess the guy was pretty upset about it. They had a little fight. There was some fists thrown. It was mainly a cat fight, though. It was more talking than there was punches, which, I'm not really upset about. I don't know. I see Stroman in a lot of stuff. He's always in things, I think, when it comes to him pitching for the Mets. I've seen him in more than a couple, things of him being in fights or arguments or getting hated on. So I don't know. I think he's a little bit of trouble. And I kind of wonder if, coming into this, if maybe the Mets were looking to trade him because of, it's almost like kind of like a, I'm going to bring in the NFL here, kind of like a Vontaze Burfict situation. There was a point of where Vontaze Burfict was, doing this stuff, and he wasn't just getting fined himself; he was actually getting the team fined too, because they couldn't stop him from doing it. So I kind of wonder if maybe they give some of the team issues as well, and so we'll see what he can do.
Yeah, definitely.
So then something else that's pretty big is San Diego Padres scored the most runs in Padres history at 24-8 against the Washington Nationals. Ouch for Mike. Sucks to see that, man, but it is, 24 is a lot. Tell you that much.
Pain. That's definitely a pain moment for the Nationals, but I think that they can make a comeback. I mean, we saw how good they were in the second half of the season in 2019, so maybe we can do it.
They're still definitely a very good team. Drew Robinson, this is actually, before I say this, guys, this gets into a little bit of a touchy subject, so a little bit of viewer discretion to survive. Drew Robinson retires at 29 after dealing with depression and self-doubt. Robinson reached a low point in April of 2020 and attempted suicide with a handgun, uniting in the loss of his right eye. And now, since he retired, he is now playing a role as the Giants' mental health advocate. He's going to seem to stick his legacy with the Giants just off the field. So, that's nice to see. At least he's having a comeback, Obviously, I see the reason why he retired, but he recently came out about it and, kind of said more of his story, which kind of is very sad, but, I'm happy that he's doing better, and now that he's actually going to help people that had problems like he did, especially inside the league.
Yeah, I'm not really sure who that is, but yeah, I feel for him. So hopefully he can get better.
Yep. And then this was really big. This actually just happened, I believe, last night. San Diego Padres game. An active shooter was outside the park, which was actually at the Nationals park. So far, only 4 injured, 3 were confirmed shot. The game will resume 8-4 Padres on Sunday. Big news. When I was looking at it, they didn't catch nobody, which is, I think, is the worst part, honestly. So, I would also like to point out that Fernando Tatis Jr. And Machado, he actually opened out the Padres dugouts so people could hide inside of that, which I thought was a very, good idea. And actually, even though it was obviously like the other team's fans, it just shows that there's all around love in the sport and, trying to save people. I thought it was a heroic act. So I feel like I should call them out on that and, congratulate them for being a good citizen.
Well, yeah, the game did resume. The Padres won, I believe. I think it was like 10-6. But that's very sad, and I don't mean to keep showing bias towards the Nationals. So sorry, everybody, but that's sad since I'm from Maryland, and the Nationals are my home team pretty much, and I live about 45 minutes away from DC. But it's not about me; it's just how sad that is that happened, and not sure why that happened. I hope that they can figure out why it happened and they can catch the guy who did it. But respect to Tatis and Machado, and I think there was one other guy for helping those fans get to safety. You got Davey Martinez. He helped the fans get to safety as well, the Nats manager. So, yeah, just prayers to everybody involved in that situation. Hopefully they can get better. Hopefully no one died, and
No.
everybody was luckily able to. Most people in the stadium made it to safety, so I'm very happy about
Yeah.
that.
Well, I'd also like to point this out too, is it was just recently for the All-Star game, they actually went to a hotel and found like a bunch of guns and a bunch of ammo.
Yeah.
And they were suspecting maybe a shooting to be there. So now that there was one at Nationals Park, it's insane. So now I kind of wonder, are people going to start targeting this kind of stuff? Like, which is sick in the head, but are people like, I don't know. But, seeing that trend recently is just a little worrisome. Let's go into some NBA news, Mike.
Yes. Let me just get it up right now. All right, here we go. So first off, in the NBA Finals, we got the Bucks leading the series 3-2, which I personally was not expecting that to happen. When the Suns were battling back, I thought that was it. They were just going to get the last two. Well, maybe not the last two in Milwaukee. I thought the Suns were going to win in 5 as my original prediction, but no. Bucks are coming out very strong. They won both games on their home court, I believe, which,
Yep.
in my opinion, their home court is much better than Phoenix's because, they got that whole Deer District thing.
Oh, yeah.
Their fans were so much louder. I mean, the Suns fans are great fans as well,
Oh, yeah.
but not as loud as Milwaukee. Like, that was awesome to see. I'm so happy the fans are back. This is a great series with Giannis has been carrying for these last 2 games. I mean, I know a couple games he dropped 40, which is great. And
he did this past game too. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. A couple games he dropped 40. I didn't really watch all the game last night because I was too tired. But I watched all of the games except for last night's. And I don't mean to make a generic joke, but I have to. He walked into the arena in one of the games in Milwaukee with black Air Forces and has just been displaying that black Air Force energy. So
did he really?
Yeah, he did.
That is hilarious. That is hilarious. Black Force energy, honest, bro. Are you man? I actually did see the game, so I can kind of quote on it a little more of this past one. I mean, the series has been great so far, really. I mean, like I said again, like I really won't be too upset if who wins. I mean, of course, I take it a little more personally since me being, a Giannis fan. So I would have to say, besides that, though, I mean, really, it came down to the wire, man. Third and fourth quarter were probably the best of it, the whole game. I mean, really, like, well, okay, I take that back. Maybe add second to it too. The first quarter was but the Bucks were down 16 and came back from that. And then it was kind of like they really started coming back. And I will say one thing I've noticed a lot recently is with the Bucks is that they have grit, man. They do not give up. Like they don't give up until the game's over. And this showed. And I would like to also say that Drew Holiday had a great performance. I actually think that he I know in one quarter he had 16 of the 18 points made in the one quarter. Like he's been very impressive. With that one game. I still don't. I think that they should keep him. I hate to say that, as a disrespectful way, but it's not like that. It's just that he doesn't really show this all the time. I just think maybe this is playoff him coming into the game. But he did do great, man. I mean, really, he just showed out, and him and Giannis were just an amazing duo today. Middleton also did really good. Really, he dominated, and later you're gonna see some of those things, some of those plays that were in the game, in the top 10 list.
Yeah, definitely. I did watch some of the game, so I can't say that I didn't watch like the whole game. I saw that they were down by 16, and then I watched till like the third quarter. But yeah, pretty good game. Game 6 Tuesday. That should be a pretty good game. Could the Bucks go to and win the championship, or will we see Phoenix force a game 7? This will be interesting. So now let's talk a little bit about Damian Lillard. There were rumors about him asking for a trade, but he says that he wants to stay in Portland, which, in my opinion, I think he should leave Portland. I mean, Portland is a solid team, but Dame deserves a ring, I think. And, he's the only one stepping up most of the time. I mean, we saw him in the playoff series against the Nuggets, I believe. There was one game where he was killing it. He hit 2 clutch shots that should have put it away. And then, CJ McCollum wasn't helping him out that much. Nurkic wasn't helping him out. He can't just keep going to the Western Conference Finals or the Western Conference semifinals, excuse me, and then just keep losing there.
Right.
Dame deserves to be on a contender. And Portland, even they are a solid playoff team, but they are not a contender. I think he should leave. But the thing is that there's not really that many trade offers, like good
No.
trade offers for him. So I can sort of see where, okay, there's not really that many fair options. I guess I'll just play it out and wait till free agency. I mean, the best one that I've seen, but Portland would be really dumb to take this, is Ben Simmons for Damian Lillard. And Portland would be brain dead to do that.
Yeah, I mean, really. I mean, we haven't even seen what Ben Simmons looks like after this because, he denied being on Team USA to go practice a lot more, especially with the shots because, he was really getting hated on that, So he's been, out there training as hard as he can. But, I mean, really, does that really add up to, Damian Lillard's legacy? No. I mean, if they're going to do that, they got to add some draft picks or something. Like, there's got to be more to that if that trade was ever going to happen, in my opinion. I guess a good one could be like maybe Devin Booker to Portland, but
No,
I don't feel like they would ever throw him away though. That's my thing. Like I feel like they would not. I feel like the Suns would not take their star talent like that and just chuck him off. I would. I mean, really, I think he should leave, but I also don't know where he should go. That's my issue. Like, I really don't know where he should go if he does leave. And I feel like he is stuck in that position.
Exactly.
And I could see why he could say he's going nowhere for right now. Also, I definitely think that, like, he needs to find out something before, he's just becoming into wasted talent, which is sad to say, but it's truth. Yeah, so we want to go on the next thing, Mike?
Yeah, moving on. We got JaVale McGee being added to Team USA. Also, I believe Keon Johnson. Who else was there?
A couple other people, I think, but that was really the main one I always thought of. So I put down.
Yeah, JaVale McGee and a couple of others will be on Team USA due to Bradley Beal and Kevin Love not being on the team. Bradley because he is in health and safety protocols, and I believe Jeremy Grant is also in health and safety protocols. And Kevin Love, I'm not sure why, but okay. JaVale McGee is a very 100%. Odd choice.
That's why. That's like the really reason I put it on there is because I just thought, like, why? Like, I don't like. Why would you, out of everybody, you pick JaVale McGee? I'm not saying JaVale McGee's not a bad, player. I think he is not one of the worst for when it becomes, to center talk, but. I mean, you had so many other guys that I feel like you could have picked out of all that, like, I don't know. Is Towns on the team? Is Anthony Towns on the team? I don't think he is.
I don't think he is.
Yeah,
either.
Which means, like, why would you take, like, him? Like, someone like him? It just doesn't make sense to me.
I mean, yeah, you got Karl Anthony Towns there. I mean, DeAndre Ayton would have been a good one.
True. I mean, even Lopez.
Christian Wood.
Lopez would be better than JaVale.
I mean, whatever. JaVale's not a bad player by any means, but just an odd choice.
Yep. Coming into the soccer world, we have Lionel Messi re-signs to a 5-year deal with Barcelona. I'm not too big of a soccer fan, but I do know that's a pretty big move. Especially being that. Well, Lionel Messi. I mean, people thought that he would actually go to a different team, but it seems that he's sticking it out and staying. So that's pretty interesting in my mind.
Yeah, I don't really watch soccer either. I only watch it when the U.S. or Italy's playing, but congratulations.
Right. The last thing we have is Tony Hawk was in X Games and competed in Pacifico skateboard vert best trick at age 53.
And now dropping Tony Hawk. The most legendary skateboarder of all time, Tony Hawk.
Yes! Yeah. Oh, wow!
And now you're calling a Tony Hawk.
Tony Hawk best trick. Oh, grounded! OG triple O, Smalley. Yeah, that's right. Look at
it's still beating. Tony Hawk.
Oh! Tony Hawk. Tony Hawk. The full Cadillac 501 stitching. Right, bro, if he wins, I'm gonna be sick.
And the only reason I put this in here is because he's like, I love Tony Hawk, man, but he is so old. At 53, and you're still doing that. That's love for a sport. Especially being skateboarding. I know those guys take some tough falls, man. I've seen. I don't know if you guys ever have seen like those compilations on YouTube of those tricks that those guys do. It just like completely ate it. Oh, it's bone chilling.
Tony Hawk's a badass. I'm sorry, but that's really cool that he's able to pull that off at just 53 100%. Years old or so. So yeah, nice run for sure. I gotta watch the run, but I heard that he did it, so that's really cool.
I would also like to say that I think Tony Hawk should have just got the gold medal for being there, but that's my choice. I mean, that's my choice, but it's okay. I'll back off now.
Wasn't there some 12-year-old who did like some highlight?
Which is going to be on the top 10 if you guys look forward to it, So.
Okay. Which, speaking of the top 10, here it is. Top 10 plays of the week. I'll start us off at number 10. Precious Achiuwa with the left-handed dunk. Here's the clip.
Down with Scola's hand in his grip. And then got Vincent guarding the block right now. Scola a couple times. Now it's D'Elia. Tries to lob it to him, but it's...
At number 9, we have Giannis putback dunk poster. Here's the clip.
Back in Milwaukee for a game 6 if necessary. Next Thursday, Antetokounmpo throws up an air ball. Portis the rebound. Gathers. Can't get it to go, but Giannis on the follow.
And this was a good offensive rebound attack after Portis had missed. But Mike, part of that 29% shooting is shot selection. Are you taking your best shots? Your whole idea on offense.
And at number 8, we have Cameron Johnson's nasty poster on PJ Tucker. Here's the clip.
Strength and athleticism where you're at your very best. In the paint.
Cam Johnson, he throws it down, and a blocking foul called on Tucker. Cameron Johnson soars and scores, and a chance for a three-point play.
Cam Johnson in transition. PJ Tucker trying to take the hit. Climbs over him. Cam.
Coming in at number 7, we have Bradley Beal on the run dunk for Team USA. Here's the clip.
And at number 6 is Jake Crowensworth hitting the cycle. Here's the clip.
Is Caratini at third, Grisham at second. Tatis at first with 1 out in the second inning.
Line, that is a fair ball into left field, and it is off of Harrison. 1 run is in, here comes another. It'll be a double as Cronenworth takes second base. 2 runs are in, and the Padres take a 5-3 lead.
Cronenworth lined out to short in the first. Doubled in the second to drive in a pair.
Breaking ball, line down the right field line. That's a fair ball, headed towards the corner. Tatis headed for third and beyond. They're going to wave him around. Dug out by Soto. Tatis will score. Ending up at third is Jake Cronenworth, and the Padres take an 11-3 lead. Jake Cronenworth has driven in 3.
Espino flips that breaking ball in there, catches far too much plate. Cronenworth able to keep this ball fair just inside the line.
Jake Cronenworth, 2 hits in this game. He's got a double and a triple. He's driven in 3. Fly ball headed to deep right field. That ball is back. That ball is gone. Home run for Jake Cronenworth. He is a single shy of hitting for the cycle in tonight's game. A double in the second, a triple in the third, a home run in the 5th. And the Padres take a 13-4 lead.
104.5 off the bat on a breaking ball. First pitch breaking ball at that. Jake Cronenworth smokes this ball into right center. Ball gets out in a hurry, too.
That is the Crone zone over there. Ground ball softly hit left side. Cronenworth will reach. Jake Cronenworth hits for the cycle. We are all in the Crone zone.
infield hit to complete the cycle tonight. Third cycle in franchise history for the San Diego Padres belongs to Jake Cronenworth.
When it's going good, it's going good. Saw a few of these infield hits in the first inning. Everything after has been missiles. Lo and behold, Jake Cronenworth comes up with a chance for the cycle. And what does he do? He cues one. Trots into first base with an infield single, and he has himself a cycle in his second year.
Number 5, Taylor Walls with a sliding glove toss to second base. Here's the clip.
This one off his glove, out. Oh, what a pick, and the glove toss. Walls got that ball to Franco there. And I'm going to tell you, in the middle of all of that, you've got the runner, you've got the ball taking a hop, you get the glove up, you glove it.
And at number 4 is Drew Holiday stripping the ball from Devin Booker and then oops it to Giannis to put the nail in the coffin. Here's the clip.
Not to call it. Booker the drive, gets inside, leans in, knocked away and stolen by Holiday. Phoenix has to foul, and Antetokounmpo throws it down.
To the pitcher, comes up with the strip, turning the basketball over and then off to the races. Could have held it out, instead made the right read, throws it up where only Giannis can catch it, finishes it with the contact.
And bad decision to foul, because this would make it a 4-point game with 13.5 remaining. Phoenix still has a timeout.
Amazing play. Number 3, player does a slide cancel and gets the run. I really didn't know how to title this, guys, but here's the clip. Pretty amazing.
And at number 2 is Devin Booker oops it up to Ayton and Giannis stuffs the dunk. Here's the clip.
Fake snap. Now Booker with Tucker on him. Throws it up for Ayton. Shot blocked by Antetokounmpo.
I'm going to butcher his name. Guy Curie is the youngest X Games gold medalist at only age 12. He won the best trick vert by doing a 1080. He's also the first person to ever land a 1080 in competition and out of competition.
Oh, yeah. Stand up. Stand up. That's it. Told you.
On the final attempt, he finally puts down the 10.
Told you, man.
Are you kidding me?
I went 88. Go ahead, cry. That's thug tears. Cry the thug tears. Them little baby thug tears. You good, son. You landed a 1080 for Tony Hawk. Yep. All right, stop crying now. You get 15 seconds of tears. Not just playing. Express yourself. As men, we need to express ourselves. We need to cry. We need to talk. And we need to fake 1080 at 12 years old in front of Tony Hawk.
This is skateboarding in its purest form. 12-year-old Guy Curry landing a 1080 in competition.
Clean, too, Lou.
But
I know.
anyways, guys, that's going to conclude this week's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe. Make sure you guys subscribe to our main channel, Nasboys Podcast, if you guys like NASCAR. Follow our social medias, Instagram, actually. And we will see you guys in the next episode. Peace.
Peace.